Hey everybody! Thank you for coming in and hanging out with us today. And of course we have Tammy here from Rebelcanners. Thank you so much for joining us. And as always, thank you. Okay, so today our topic is talking about acid. And let me get rid of this commercial that just popped up in the midst of everything. Okay, so today we're talking about acids and, when you're canning, how important they are. I, for one, have figured that out over the years. I thought like maybe just canning my tomatoes was just acidy enough. But each tomato has its own acid. And you could probably can a bunch of yellow tomatoes and not have enough acid in it. And then like a year later, you go and you look and your tomatoes are smelling kind of gross or looking kind of nasty.
Get that little black fuzz across the top.
Yeah, yummy. First and foremost, before I get started, I want to thank everybody for being here and all of my members. Thank you so much. We got, obviously, Rebel was the first one in the chat. We have Food Forest Permaculture, which is Howie, Garden State Gardener. Thank you so much. Sarah Boss, thank you so much. And Susan. Thank you guys for being here today and watching the show. And yeah, share us out. If you know people that like to can, have information about canning, or just preppers in general that like to do this on the side, or even if they have a garden. If you have a garden, you're going to be doing this stuff, right? You want to preserve what you have.
Yes,
so
definitely.
And we're so lucky again this year to have Superb doing that and going to the food. Oh my gosh, summit, the food safety summit. Yeah.
They haven't announced the exact name of it yet. I haven't.
Yeah, I've just been calling it the food summit.
Yeah.
Oh, Sarah Boss, you've been canning for a while? That's awesome. We're going to have to get together because you only live like 20 minutes away from me.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So, okay. So this is one of the acids I have brought into the show today. This is citric acid. And I use this in canning my tomatoes. And I know it sounds stupid, right? Because tomatoes are probably the most acidy thing that you could probably possibly use, right? But each tomato is different. So I use this in every jar when I'm canning my tomatoes, just so I have an even, what do they call it, pH? Even
a 5 pH. You want a 5 pH or a 4.5 acidity level.
Yes. So you want to definitely have like an even amount of acid in there. And in the past, I have made my tomato juices and tomato stuff with using every tomato I had from the garden. And that included like Kellogg's breakfast and, all of those things. And you think about it, like those tomatoes have less acid than your average tomato. So you just have to make sure that you're using a supplement in there so that your jars don't get, you don't ruin your food.
Yeah. They have, when they're testing recipes, they have to standardize it as much as they can so that they can, tell you the safest way to do it. And the only way with such a variation in acid in tomatoes, because you can tell people over and over again, just canning tomatoes, but they're not growing just canning tomatoes. They don't want to can just canning tomatoes. They want to can their slicers and their fresh eating, their cherry tomatoes too. And so the only way to do that is to say that they always have to add some sort of acid like citric acid, vinegar, or lemon juice.
Right. Hey, Gear, thank you for coming in. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for being a member. I appreciate you. Yeah, so that is what's going on today. Any questions? Popping in to say hi. Oh, thank you, Hendo. Thank you. Thank you for being here. I am looking for members. So if you want to be a member of my program and be a member of the show, it's only 99 cents a month. It's $12 a year.
That's less than a cup of coffee at Starbucks.
Yeah, it really is.
Literally.
And now it really is because the prices of stuff have really gone up. I would say it's less than a Big Mac meal at McDonald's. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Have you seen the prices? I'm like, jeez.
No, I had to take the car in for work today because I texted you. So I'm at the local place. I love this place. They're wonderful. I wish I could say their name, but I can't. Although he has asked to be on my channel. He doesn't cook. But you may be seeing some car repair soon. Or other things. He's an interesting guy. And anyway, so I'm there and I'm talking with him. I just love this place. I will take all of my vehicles there. And I walk over, they're right next to a gas station. So I'm like, I'm going to go, okay, I'll tell you the funny story. They also are right next to another place that has a pond. And there's these 2 swans on the pond I can see from the highway every so often. I'm like, I'm going to go take a video of these swans and I'm going to go get a cup of coffee. Well, the coffee was $2.11 for a little 6-ounce small one, and it tasted awful.
Ooh.
I don't know why I wanted gas station coffee, but it was all I could get. And I walk out to the pond, and the swans are plastic. They're decoys to keep the geese off the pond.
So they're not real?
I'm like, well, that didn't work.
I've seen those before, and you know what, Tammy? I thought they were real, too.
I did. I thought they were so real. I'm like, I'm going to go take a picture of them. What? I'm not live now. I know. Okay. But I was like, the swans out there at that place behind the place I went to this morning, they were fake. They're decoys. When you see them from the highway and they're like swimming in the pond, it's because it's windy.
Here, buddy. I gotta use the bathroom.
I got him.
Well, if you have a pond or if you're around ponds, which I've been all my life, geese are disgusting. They crap everywhere, those long green turds, and they make your water green. So a lot of people don't like them. Plus, they're super territorial. So if you have ducks or anything like that, they'll beat them up or hurt them or whatever. But swans are a different entity, I guess you would say. And if you have swans on your pond, the geese stay away. Like, they really stay away. They don't mess with swans.
Okay, swans are beautiful. They're lovely. But they can kill a human being. And they will if you get near their babies. They will actually... They have a great big wingspan, and they have like, muscle bodybuilder arms on those wings, and they will flail you to death.
Yeah,
literally, they have. So, like, geese don't mess with them, but they were fake. They weren't even real. It was a pair of fake swans.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Yeah, we have a lot of Canadian geese here, and I just did a video yesterday. It was like a quick little live, like, of everybody, all of my chickens and whatever. And Spike, my Muscovy, came back to the yard, and I was like, I wonder why he came back. But he is muddy, and his feathers are tattered and stuff. It makes me wonder because the neighbors over here have Canadian geese, so it makes me wonder if he got into a little spat and flew back home.
Look, he might have been romancing the wrong gander's gal.
Because Canadian geese, they mate for life.
Yeah.
So he might have.
and
oh, we lost you. Hey, CR. Hello. I figured I'd duck in. That's funny. She has the baby, so she might have hit the wrong button. There we go.
No, I didn't hit anything. It just took me out and brought me back in all by itself. I've had the hands on him, so.
But yeah, so it's kind of funny how geese and gooses are, and Muscovies. They're so cool. But yes, poop. Howie, the goose poop or just duck poop in general is really great to have in your garden. That's why I put the Muscovies in my garden. So we're going to check the bug pressure this year to see if having those ducks in the garden actually did anything. So, hey, Lars, thanks for coming in. Thank you for supporting the channel. If you can, please share us out. Get the news out that we are doing the Blue Ribbon Canning Show. We are talking about acids today. I know we were talking a little bit about poop, but, poop has acid in it too, right?
Yeah. I mean, it would be a conversation. It happens. It always turns to something. It was my fault. I brought it up.
It's okay. It's funny. But yeah, so acids in your food. That's why jellies and stuff like that, when you use lemon juice, which lemon juice is an acid, It's really good in your jellies and your jams and stuff like that. You put a little bit of that in there, and it's good for preservation. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, the acid in there disrupts the negative bonds in the pectin, and that's what causes it to be able to clump and gel up. I just learned that this week. I just knew it made it gel. I didn't know how it was. I didn't know the chemical reason.
Yeah.
But it interferes with the negative ion, the bonds of the negative ions in the pectin, and that's what allows it to come together and gel up.
Yeah. So there you guys go. That is good for all of that as well. You shouldn't really can the jellies and jams without a little bit of lemon juice.
It makes it also so you can do the shorter processing time. Because if you didn't add the lemon juice in there and the acid, you couldn't water bath them for 5 to 10 minutes. You know, some of them are only a 5-minute bath, and that's just because they're so high in acid. Mm-hmm. So it makes it safe to water bath.
Anybody have any questions about this so far? I don't think so. So what other ways can you use acids in foods, Tammy?
Pickling. You use vinegar, pickling. You shouldn't can salsa, water bath without adding vinegar. Not only does it improve the flavor a little bit, but it also makes it acidic enough to be safe for water bath canning. Pickling, it makes it safe to fermenting. The vinegar, a lot of times, if you're fermenting pickles, will make it safe to do it and not even have to process them. So, you know, acid is it's a helpful tool in our kitchen toolbox.
Yes. Pickling, you can pretty much pickle anything. If you're using pickles, you're using vinegar, as long as it's staying under that brine that you make, then your stuff will be preserved.
And if you're a rebel, you also like pickle eggs, which is something that you wouldn't be able to can otherwise. So, you know, you can take things that wouldn't necessarily be safe and make them safe because of the lowering pH.
Yeah. Duck and goose poop and clay build up in a pond, and in some locations from water loss, you can have a rainbow trout. Bury stumps in the pond for flies to feed to trout, sprinkler for oxygen. Nice. Thanks, Howie.
Yes. When you have ducks and geese in your pond, what he's saying there is it actually takes that clay layer and makes your pond waterproof, so you don't lose water down through the ground.
Because a lot of people use something else, and I can't think of what it's called right now, and they use that at the bottoms of their stuff so they don't lose the water. I can't remember what it's called right now. It's kind of like a clay.
I can't. I know there's a name for it, but it's not as eco-friendly as just, you know.
Yeah.
Hi, CR. Thank you for coming in. We'll try not to make you too hungry. I ate lunch just before this live, so I shouldn't try to make you too hungry.
I don't know why, but lately here I've been like starving to death. It's so annoying.
It's a change in weather for me too.
Yeah.
Whenever the weather changes, it snapped back to cold, so then I'm instantly hungry again. And then when summer comes, I don't want to eat because it's too hot.
Thank you for all the newbies coming in. I really appreciate it. We got 14 people in the house. Thank you so much. Please let your presence be known. That helps out the channel. And if you can, please give us a thumbs up. Good water source if you boil the water. Yes. Yes, it is. I live in like a really wet area. I have a lot of swamps and ponds and all of that around here. And actually my yard in the back is like kind of like wet too. It does dry up in the summertime, so the ducks don't get happy. Then they're like, the water. But we fill out we'll fill their water bowls and stuff up. But they're not particularly happy in the summertime when that dries up.
Hey, quit kicking me in the knee.
But eventually we will put a pond there. Yeah, if anybody came in from Twitter, I don't have Twitter. I'm sorry, guys. I don't have all that technology. So, Courtney, can you have crawfish? No, I'm in Northeast Ohio. It's cold here, so we don't get crawfish.
We get crawfish here in Michigan, but we have the chimney ones that just come up in your yard that they don't require a pond. And then we do have the ones in the pond, so you probably could have them. But if you had them, your ducks and geese would eat them all, like right away.
Yeah. Yeah, I've never seen one. If we do, I've never seen one. Oh, Diggs is like, you have crawfish. Thank you, Diggs. I've never seen one. Honestly, you guys, I never saw a snake until last summer. Like, we don't have snakes usually around here either. I saw a gardener snake. I was digging in the garden, and the gardener snake was literally this big. I was like, oh, a snake for the first time. Like,
my mom says if you see a gardener snake in the garden, it's good luck, because they eat a lot of the pests and the predators, and it means that your garden is eco-friendly. But my mom was always like excited when she saw a gardener snake. She was always excited that she had one in the garden, because she knew it was going to be like on duty for her working in the garden.
Yeah. Thanks, Diggs, for coming in, by the way. I appreciate you. Fishing in your pond, you can charge a fishing fee. No, I don't. It's my pond is literally the size of a livestock pond. It's not anything big.
Howie, her pond is more a vernal pond, a vernal pool, not a like year-round pond.
Yeah.
It's only there in the spring when she gets rain. It's not there in the summer, and then it might be in there in the fall. That's called a vernal pool. It's not a traditional pond.
Yeah, it's just like a place for the ducks to go and chill. By the way, they're so cute when they go out there. They have such a good time splashing at each other in the water. They love it.
And there's the knowledge you guys I've all learned from my years of working as a nature guide at the nature center.
I love that. But Ohio is full of pay fishing lakes. Was anyway. Yeah, it is. We go fishing a lot, actually. We bought a canoe last year. And so we'll be doing that again this year. And I'll be going live from the many places we'll be going fishing.
We had an awesome pay trout lake here, very close to me, but the guy passed away and his family doesn't open it up anymore to the public.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, because it was a really, really, really nice private lake. And you when you paid to be on it, you were out there alone.
Yeah.
And you got the boat to go with it. Like, you just showed up with a fishing pole. And I think if you didn't have those, he'd rent those out too. Like, you showed up and you got the whole lake. It was really cool. But so we talked about
Happy Earth Day. Oh yes, it is Earth Day.
Yes. Tomorrow is Earth Day.
Okay, Sarah, I'll let you know. It's usually Walborn. I don't know if you know where that is. I love going to Walborn. And a couple of times we've been to Mogador Reservoir. It's just not fun. I haven't caught anything exciting there. I caught my first crappie at Walborn, though. So that's fun, you know. I caught my first channel cat there as well. But it's like the other one, like we literally spent all day fishing and got zero. And it was kind of disappointing.
That's good gear.
How much acid would you add in? Well, each one is different, and some of them have like directions. There's no directions on this strict acid. I can't remember how much we put in each jar. I think it's was it 1 teaspoon? I'm looking it up right here. I have it. It's 1 teaspoon. Yeah.
1 teaspoon per quart, 1/2 teaspoon per pint.
Yes.
Yes, I have a video scheduled to come out tomorrow, Howie, on Earth Day in your honor. I know I've said it a lot, but 4 years ago today, because YouTube told me it was today, I signed into YouTube to Google permaculture food forest because I was starting my little baby food forest, and Howie came up because he's food forest permaculture. And I binge watched every single one of his videos over that course of that week. And that started my time here on YouTube. So Howie is actually to blame for me sitting here right now today with you, Courtney.
Yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Tammy.
It's just funny how YouTube sends you these weird notifications, like on your dashboard, as like, my channel's not that old. I didn't do any videos for almost a year. So my channel is not this old. It's just, I wanted to see what was out there that I could, learn from.
Yeah, I can't wait to see my food forest all like done up. I've planted ginseng in it and golden seal, and I have valerian root in it now, mint. I'm going to transplant some thyme in there. I'm going to transplant some other herbs and stuff that come back every year. So I'm excited.
I have a new baby.
Ooh.
I don't know if you have bonnie plants down there where you're at, but lemon balm. Look at this thing. There's like, I don't know if you can see. I'll hold it up. Look at all the roots. This thing is just like root bound. I think I can probably divide it into at least 2 plants.
You said it's lemon balm?
Lemon balm. I'm not sure that mine out at the cabin survived. So I loved it last year. I think it was you that told me about it.
Yeah.
And all the benefits.
I have a whole bunch of it growing in my herb bed right now. It's like, it looks like a beautiful bush right now. It's beautiful. And it smells so good when you run your hands through it. It's really, honestly, it smells like lemon cleaner. I think it smells like lemon cleaner, but it smells so good. I just like, ooh. Or like those wipes, those little wipes that you get after eating dinner.
Yes. Yes. Like it could, I'll name them. The chicken place with the guy with the bow tie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I am drinking wine. It's afternoon right now, so.
Oh, hi, Moon over Miami. I didn't
Hey,
see
Moon.
you then.
Thank you for coming in. I'm so excited. Yes, I'm really excited about this food summit. I can't wait to video it and show everybody what's going on there. I'm just having a blast thinking about it, to be quite honest. Superb has been really good to me, and they've been really good to Tammy as well. So super excited to do this.
I just love it. They're a great American company. Everything's made here. Everything is owned here. Which the other ones can't say that they're 100% American made, American owned.
I think YouTube recommended one of those lives a long time ago. Yep. You sent you a picture of the lemon balm. Oh. Ooh. I don't have my phone, honey. It's on the charger. My phone was like half dead. I have videotaped it though multiple times, but the lemon balm is like awesome, guys. It's really cool. You can actually make teas and stuff out of it. I made a lemon balm tincture. It's really good for anxiety and stuff like that as well. So I would give it and it's really good to have in teas and stuff when you're sick. So I made a tincture. It's still in my fridge. Tinctures are usually made out of alcohol, so they're preserved for a very, 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 very long time. And so, I'll use a dropper and put it in teas and all different kinds of stuff. It's really, really good for you.
I'm just trying to get a tea garden going because I'm trying to get away from pop. I love it.
It's hard. It's really hard. I am a pop drinker as well. Diet Coke is my
pop choice. Before I got ill a couple of years ago, I drank only Mountain Dew. Now I can't stand the taste of it. I cannot. And I loved it. So I switched to Dr. Pepper, but I like the flavored ones. Mm-hmm. Are you talking to? No?
Yeah, I can't drink coffee. It goes straight through me. And honestly, I cannot drink Diet Coke either. and I definitely shouldn't be drinking it because it goes straight through me because of all the caffeine and everything that's in it. It's not good for you. Hey, Old Ways, thank you for coming in. Love you.
Oh,
Love you, love you, love you. And praying for you and your husband. I love you guys. Love you.
definitely have you in our prayers all day.
Yes. Green Granny is another one that we need to set prayers out for. She's going through a really hard time right now. And I don't want to like out her and tell people her issues. But let's just pray for her and, you know, hope that everything turns out okay for her as well.
Yeah. And, you know, if you can't do anything else, go over and support like Old Ways. Right now, you know, she's so tied up with her issues. Go over and watch her channel. You know, if nothing else, go over and show her some love by giving her some views.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I use vodka Cerebos for all of my tinctures, and you can use anything above 80 proof. You don't want to use like 200 proof. It's not going to work for you. Just use 80 to 100 proof vodka. Right now I bought the cheapest vodka I could find that was in that range. It was like 110 proof, and it's Kentucky vodka, and I use that, and it's working out fine. It is 110 proof though, but don't use anything higher than that when you're making tinctures because it's just going to burn it out. And you don't want to use anything lower either because the ratio will be off as far as your alcohol content. So your preservation will be, you might risk it not being preserved.
And no, there's some things that you need to dry, like just I can't think of the name. You just dry it for like 24 hours. Just I want to say, I can't think of it. There's a name for it. I'm lost right now. But you let it dry so there's a little bit of the moisture comes out, so you don't necessarily put it in fresh.
Yeah.
The only thing I can think of that you don't want to do that with is jewel weed. If you're making a tincture from jewel weed, you want that to go in fresh.
Yeah.
But a lot of things you want to. I want to say wheat.
You can make a tincture from jewel weed. Can you drink jewel weed?
No, but you use it for topical things. Not all tinctures are like internal use.
Okay. I was confused.
It's one that. Yeah, it's one you would use topically.
Okay.
Like to treat poison ivy, you know.
All right. Because this year I want to buy some beeswax and stuff. I want to make jewel weed salve so bad. And I always have a ton of it growing like even on the side of the road even. But in my mom's back property, there's like a ton on the forest line. I would like to get. I like those little teeny flowers. They're so pretty, by the way.
I do a lot with putting it in oil. To make oil for salve. But some of the things like you can also, instead of vodka, if you don't like to use oils, you can also use apple cider vinegar. It's not called a tincture, then there's another name for it, but you can use that to get the properties out of the plants.
Yeah. Now, a lot of people don't like using alcohol at all. And that's where the apple cider vinegar will come in. But just an FYI, when you're using that, your stuff is not going to last as long.
No. And the other thing is, like, if you're making vanilla, you can use food grade glycerin to as the solution. But again, it doesn't last as long as the alcohol based ones do.
Hey, Ginger Ninja, thank you for coming in and supporting the channel and being a member of my channel. I really appreciate it, guys. For poison, yeah, you can actually use the jewel weed to just wipe right on your skin. It'll help.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and that's the thing about a lot of plants. Like the cure is usually found right next to the problem. So you almost always, if you see jewel weed, don't go in there to harvest it because you're probably traipsing right through poison ivy to get to it. They grow together, you know. So.
Oh, well, thank you, Ginger. I appreciate you. Ginger Ninja has been my #1 fan for 4 years. So thank you.
Oh, yeah, witch hazel. That's another one, too. Old Ways said you can use witch hazel to make it topical.
Can that be grown around here?
Yes, it can.
might look for
Yes,
that.
it
and
grows
put
wild. It grows wild here in Michigan, so it can definitely grow there, Courtney. You could add that to your food forest.
Yeah, that's
it's
what I'm
also
thinking.
it's also one of the first plants to flower in the spring, so it would be really good for the bees and your pollinators to have
Oh,
that on your
nice.
property.
Nice.
I've been looking for some, but I haven't found any. I know where there's some, and I want to grow it, but I haven't been able to. It's a mile back in the woods, and I haven't been able to get back there when it's in flower, so I can identify it and get
Yeah.
it cutting.
We love you long time. Thank you, Ginger. We love you long time.
Oh, I know. Back on the topic. I remember one more thing. Back to the acids. Lemon juice and lime juice can be used interchangeably. So if you don't like the taste of one and you think the other one would bring out the flavor of your food, you can use those interchangeably. If you're allergic to sulfites, the bottled lemon juice and lime juice do contain sulfites, and they give me a huge raging headache. You can use the frozen concentrate straight up. Just look on the concentrate and make sure it says that it is a 4.5 acidity. It should say on there, or a 5 pH. If it says one of those two things, then you know you can use that concentrate.
So this is a scenario I'm throwing out for you, Tammy. So say for instance, I just have a couple lemons because I love gin and tonics and I keep them around. Mm-hmm. So if I have lemons, why can't I just use lemons in my stuff?
Okay, if you're a rebel like me, you're just going to do that, and you're not going to worry about it. If you're a science geek rebel, you're going to have the little pH strips, and you're going to pull them out, and you're going to test it, and you're going to know. The problem is soil conditions. You know, if you're growing stuff in poor soil, it's not going to be as rich. If you're not getting as much sunlight as somebody else, it may not have the same acid variable. If you're using a lot of chemical fertilizers on it, it's not going to have the same acidic value. And if your rootstock, again, you know, some fruits are sweeter, some are more acidic. If your rootstock is the kind that is more sweet and for drinks necessarily, it may not have quite the right acid level. And without testing it with a pH strip or an acid meter, you're not going to know.
So when you buy the concentrate in the store, frozen or in those little bottles, by the way, I got the nastiest. Like I went to the food section, the produce section. Usually they have those little teeny bottles of lemon juice. And I said, where can I find the lemon juice? Because usually it's over here in those little teeny bottles. She's like, on the shelf with the juice. Like I got the nastiest, I'm like, didn't you know that they sell like the little teeny bottles of lemon juice concentrate over here? So instead I got the produce bottle, but still I got the nastiest little reply, and I was like, that's kind of ignorant. Thank you.
No, please. No, thank you. Oh no.
Yeah, so if you use those little bottles, it's like, you know, they have the pH actually on there, so you know exactly what you're using.
What they do is they standardize it by adding the citric acid that Courtney showed at the beginning of the show, or they add water, and they're testing it with the little pH strips, just like you can do for $4.99 on Amazon. I'm joking. I don't know how much it is, but you know what I mean. You can get those little test strips off Amazon. Anybody can buy, you know. But if you don't have them, you can't test it. They're not going to tell you it's okay to use it because, again, there's such a variation between plants, growing locations, soil conditions, and the weather this year. We'll blame it all on the weather.
Yeah. Oh, CR, you'd be surprised. Like, I just can't believe it. And that, you know, that's at Walmart. I am not a Walmart fan at all whatsoever. I go there to get my stuff and then I leave. There isn't a whole lot of grocery options where I'm at, so I either have an expensive, really expensive grocery store, or I have Walmart. so I don't have a huge variety.
It's amazing here how much nicer people are at Walmart since they put in the self-checkouts. The people who work there now are much nicer.
Hey, Shadow, thank you for coming in. Good to see you too.
But I try to make really good friends with the people that work in the different departments. And one of my favorite people at Walmart is the guy that works back in the pop department because I get all the specialty pops first.
Yes, which I was really excited for the Verners. Thank you so much.
Oh, yeah, that's the guy. Yeah, that's the guy. And he did the same thing with the strawberry Dr. Pepper. Was it the strawberry Dr. Pepper and the cherry Verners? He held some in the back for me. And I'm like, hey, do you have any more? He goes, well, we haven't put it out because they haven't got the price register set up for this or that. I'm like, I'm paying cash. Just put it in my cart. I got it.
This year, I'm hoping I get a room with the Superb with a microwave because I think I'm going to bring some microwave dinners with me. The problem that I have, and it's not really a problem, it's Amish country and everything closes. Like the last time, it was like, where do we eat? And we found that internet cafe, and that internet cafe had really good food.
Oh, it did. Like, it had the best
pizza. I felt rushed around because I wanted to hurry back because I was afraid I wasn't going to be able to eat.
Yes. And then we were the only English people in there. So that was also
like hey guys.
It was definitely not a tourist spot.
No.
It was for the locals.
I don't like using self-checkout either. I was a cashier for years, and it's insulting to me.
We do not use it unless it's the absolute, like if I have 3 items and I don't want to stand in line behind two ladies with great big carts full, then I use the self-checkout. Otherwise, I always go to a checker because that's somebody's job, and I'm going to stand up and make sure they keep their job as long as I can.
Every time if I do use the self-checkout, it's because I'm desperate. Okay, so every time I do it, I'm like, when is the Christmas party, guys? Like, when will my health benefits start kicking in? I'm just curious.
I've seen all those memes. They're funny. They're so funny.
Yeah, the Christmas party thing cracked me up. When is the next Christmas party, guys? Since I work here.
Well, they all know me by name, so I might as well work there because I think we all know each other on a first name basis now.
Yeah. Susan, that's really weird that you don't have a Walmart in your county. That's probably a blessing in disguise, tell you the truth, but it's really weird. I've lived in different areas. I've lived in Kentucky, and seriously, there was 3 Walmarts within a 5-mile radius and a Walmart distribution center. So, yeah, it's really strange to me, but good for your county for not having one, because I have like 3 of them in my county.
One. I think we only have one. We have one.
Yeah.
And we're one of the biggest counties in Michigan. We only have one.
Wow. Is it a super center? Are all of them super centers now?
Don't get me started on that, because we had one. It was huge. They built the super center, and it's half the size of the original Walmart. Explain this to me.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah. It's a nice place, but... And then we're right by the... We're right on the border, and there's another one within 30... I have 2 within 30 minutes of me, but they're not in the same counties.
Yeah. Shout out, self-checkout is convenient. However, it's keeping somebody from a job. Like, when they first came out with the self-checkouts, they tried to convince all cashiers that, it's not going to run you out of a job. It's not, they're still going to be... No. Basically, you get one person to manage all 6 of those self-checkouts. And it doesn't really work out very well for cashiers. There are people who are just looking for a side job, like in general. Like, a lot of times people are looking for a side job, just cashier. Like, it's easy, And so, yeah. By the way, I've had some horrible Walmart cashiers, like horrible. They literally use one bag for every item. It like kills me.
Okay, I'm gonna confess. I'm gonna stand on the X and confess my sins here. I put my stuff out on the conveyor belt in the way I want it bagged. Don't resort it. Put it in the bags in order. Put my frozen food together.
Food, yeah, I don't have anything in this town that I'm currently living in. This is a small town. We have a Subway. We don't have any fast food here. I have a Subway and I have a gas station. By the way, the gas station apparently has wonderful chicken fingers. My mom goes there all the time for the chicken fingers. I laugh all the time because my mom's like, I went out today for lunch and I got a hot dog at the gas station. I'm like, Mom, don't eat hot dogs from the gas station. Are you trying to die? Like, what are you doing? If you wanted a hot dog, I'll cook you one. Like, she's like, it just tasted so good. Like, oh
Our Speedway has the best hot wings, though. I'm not sure I want to buy chicken from
Speedway usually has really good food. No, Diggs. I live near Kent State University. It's actually a distance, but they have Walmart. They have anything and everything there. They have any types of food you can want. They have Greek food. They have Chinese food. They have all different kinds of food. They have Middle Eastern food. And then they also have, a Walmart. And here we have Acme, IGA, Discount Drug Mart, all those places as well. So because Kent State brings in people from all over the world, they have like places, Indian food, and they have all those places that are so convenient for people. Yeah.
Ooh, there's Indian food next to you, Courtney.
Yeah. It's, by the way, when we do DoorDash on Saturdays, I would deliver that Indian food, and you go in and they have the pita bread. Oh my God. It smells amazing. It's like garlicky. Oh my gosh. Mm-hmm. Every time I'm like, you can't look in the bags, obviously, but I wanted to look in the bag. I'm like, what's in here? But it smells
I make naan, right?
No.
Yes. In fact, the last person I made naan for was Indian, and he was complaining that he missed his mother's cooking. So I made him a chicken curry and naan bread from scratch.
Yeah.
The very next day and took it to him. And he's like, it tastes just like my mother's. It's the best compliment I've ever had.
Yeah.
Yes. He was having such a rough week. And so he's a missionary in India.
Aw. Indian people, especially their mothers, are very particular about their food. So that was a tremendous compliment. That was like really good. So.
And apparently my not applesauce. Oh my goodness, I'm having a brain skip here. But apparently my apple butter is also, this came from an Indian doctor I took it to. He said his mother loved it, and she said she wanted more of it because apparently I did not know that apple butter goes with all Indian food too. Just
really?
In case you were wondering. Yes.
I didn't know that.
Oh yes. I gave, his mother was coming to visit for Christmas, and so I had given him this apple butter for Christmas, so he opened it up while she was there, and she's like putting it on all of the stuff.
Nice.
So, I love naan bread old ways. Oh, I love naan.
It's like when you go in that restaurant, you can just smell it. It's like so garlicky and
I like paratha too. It's just a little harder to make, but I went through a phase in 96 where I think I only made Indian food to eat for like a whole year for my family.
Yeah, that's funny. It's funny how you go through those phases and that's all you want. Like, yeah. That makes me want to go to the gas station today and get chicken fingers because they are really good.
I used to drive
they're just cooking them in the microwave. I mean, it's not anything special.
I used to drive to Detroit just to get their naan, and then I am like, I can make this. I've got to be able to make this.
How far away do you live from Detroit?
4 hours.
Oh my God.
I would drive 4 hours to get naan because it was that good. I mean,
Wow.
I got curry and I got vindaloo and I got a bunch of other stuff too, but a lassi and all that. But it's good food and it was made authentic. And so we used to drive down there for dinner and I'd buy like a whole big stack of naan to bring home. And I'm like, I got to be able to make this. So I got a cookbook and started teaching myself how to cook.
Yummy.
Where's Star? I need some recipes, Star.
Star has a lot of personal things going on right now, and one is fixing his water pump.
That is horrible. We
Yes.
really need to also keep him and his village in our prayers, and that things are better for him there, and that they want to make it. But the people that broke the pump realize that they really need to make it a better place for everybody there. That's sad.
Yeah,
Ooh.
and it's that just affected everything for him because if you don't have water, you can't live.
No.
Yeah, you guys are making me so hungry. My weakness is cinnamon monkey bread. I can eat a whole loaf in one sitting. Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, that's so good. Yeah, I don't blame you there, Diggs.
In Walmart, I'm sorry, CR, we just went to food. You come in and we just go to food. In Walmart, they have these microwavable monkey breads. Oh my gosh, those are so good.
Yeah, it's
not.
beautiful.
Yeah, it's so good. They're just little, like 3 people, size.
Yes, we are planting our pawpaw trees today. We got a bunch of trees, so I'll be doing a little video on that. We got plum trees and pawpaw.
I love pawpaw trees.
I've never had an actual pawpaw before, so.
You didn't get them from Stark Brothers, did you?
No, it's actually through our local. I don't know what it's called. It's the health department, like the local
Conservation.
Conservation.
Up here they call them conservation districts.
Yeah, it's your conservation office or whatever they're called. Yeah.
That's awesome. Oh, I love pawpaws. I've got one I know for sure that is taken and is growing. I got 2 more that are a little weaker. And then the one from Stark Brothers died. They replaced it. And it hasn't really, I'm waiting to see. It just may not be. I'm pushing the limits of where they grow.
Yeah. Yeah, the Kent Farmers Market. I'll have to check that out. I wanted to be a part of that, Sarah Boss, but it's really expensive to be a part of that because I wanted to sell my eggs there. Holy moly. It was like $300 or $400 a spot.
Are you talking about pawpaw trees? Because if you are, we need to talk.
I would love to just try one. I've never had one before. I heard they're delicious, and I love all fruit, so I would love to try it.
They're kind of like a mango. I have not had one that I can remember. I know I've had them, but I don't remember. I was like 3. I actually lived in Paw Paw, Michigan.
Oh, cool.
Where they have a pawpaw festival because they have a lot of pawpaws there. Obviously.
We have one in Southern Ohio too, and they put Bigfoot with it. It's like a Bigfoot pawpaw festival type thing. I don't know.
All right.
I've never been to it though. So.
I mean, he's got to be getting his tropical fruit somewhere in the woods. Mm-hmm. So, all right. Okay, Diggs, we need to talk. You need to introduce me to this guy.
Yeah, we're planting them back in our forest. We're not planting them in direct sun.
I actually have an oak tree that is dying and it's going to need to come down in a couple years, and it's starting to lose some of its branches. And so I planted mine around that oak tree, knowing that by the time the pawpaws get up there,
Yeah.
then they'll be good.
They taste like banana custard to me. It's our state fruit, and you don't see them anywhere. Yeah, pawpaw is our state fruit, and we don't see them. I've never seen one. So
Pawpaws are amazing. They're pollinated by flies. They predate butterflies or bees for pollination. I mean, they used to be. They were eaten by the mastodons, and that's how they traveled all over. And then after the mastodons, the Native Americans would eat them and plant them on their trails from as far north as where I live, all the way down south along. That's why their growing range is where it is.
that's
But because
fascinating.
nobody is eating them and replanting the seeds or carrying the fruit around, their natural range is shrinking right down to nothing.
That's really, really fascinating. I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're pretty much, without human intervention, they're going to be gone.
Norway maple like that. Oh, that's interesting. Too much destruction. Yeah. I understand a little bit of like people have to live. I understand that. But when you're just tearing down stuff just to tear it down, that really irritates me.
Or cutting down something like a pawpaw because it's messy, instead of knowing the value of having that fruit in our forest and along the waterway.
King Poobah just said, just saw an article they found a mastodon a few miles from us years ago. That's pretty cool.
There is a college near here that has a mastodon skull that they found on campus when they were digging to build the campus. And then within a 30-minute drive, they found two here within the last 5 or 6 years.
That's really cool.
Yeah. A mastodon tooth is like the size of my fist, too.
Yeah. They're freaking huge.
Yeah. I mean, they're just massive animals.
Yeah, a farmer was digging a drainage ditch and came across it.
Interesting.
Okay, guys, so we were talking about acids. I kind of got off a little bit of the subject, which is fine. But do you guys have any questions about acids in your foods? Yeah, King Poobah wants to know if Michigan has a fruit for the state.
I want to say it's the apple. I'm pretty sure, but now I got to look because it could be the cherry.
Oh.
So I don't remember. I do not know my 5th grade. I am not smarter than a 5th grader. That's sad. I used to know all
Joe
that.
asked apparently, and I didn't see it. Sorry. Oh, New Jersey state fruit is the blueberry. What is Michigan's? Has an NA next to it. Oh. I don't know. That's really cool, Diggs. I didn't know that.
Oh, it is the tart cherry. I should have known that. We have the Cherry Festival up in Traverse City. If you ever have a chance to go, it is amazing. Every other year, the Blue Angels come and perform and do their aerial show. And the other year, they have another big aerial show that goes on. I don't know who comes the other year. I absolutely love the Blue Angels.
Do you know who Sweet Talking Classic is? Classic?
I do not.
Oh, okay. So if you're new here, thank you so much. Subscribe to the show. We appreciate you. Sweet Talking Classic.
Nice. Thank you for coming.
Appreciate you. I definitely, wow, I can't read. It definitely went up and since I knew it. Oh, okay. My question was way off the subject. It's all good. Tennessee dumb butts say the tomato is our state fruit. Oh, God. PA state fruit is an apple. Nice. Sweet Talking Classic. Michigan accounts for 75% of Michigan. It's Lisa.
Oh!
Oh, I know who you are,
Oh.
girl. Thank you.
I forgot. Yes, she signs in under her husband's account,
Oh, okay.
so she sneaks in here. We're gonna have to get her own, but not with her real name.
All right, you guys, it's getting close to 1 o'clock, and I have a lot of work to do today. So thank you guys for coming in. I had a lot of people in here, and more than I thought. So thank you so much. I appreciate you. Keep stopping in because with the Superb deal that we got, we're going to keep talking about Superb. We're going to be talking about all different kinds of things Superb, I'm sure. So it's going to be fun, and we're going to be talking about it probably a lot leading up to the event.
Oh, yeah. Lots of news. Like we got things we're finalizing, figuring out that we're going to get to do. So that'll be fun.
Sarah Boss, thank you for coming in. I know you're local. I really appreciate you. I don't even know how you found me, but you're such a sweet person. Thank you so much. Have a safe week, everyone. Yes, have a safe week. I will be on Sunday night at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's kind of like my late talk. So hopefully we will see. Oh, it's not 11 anymore. I changed it to 10. It's going to be 10. That 10 o'clock is now my late talk. I'm getting old. So join me for 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sundays. And I will post my new schedule in the community tab as well. Yeah. Oh, hey, Andel. One,
oh, hi.
Thank you, Andel, for being a member. And two, I'm so sorry, but we're going to be leaving. But thank you for stopping in. And I know you've been everybody's working on their garden right now. So thank you so much, sweetheart. And we actually were just talking about you the other day because we were talking about Poopaween and how you drilled out your pumpkin and how funny it was. You're freaking awesome. We love you. All right. Shadow Scout. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for coming in. We appreciate you all. And you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Enjoy the weather. Bye, y'all.